Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna show you how eating more protein can actually help you lose weight. And not only lose weight, but look better, feel better, and get all of those things that people want when they say they wanna lose weight. When people say they wanna lose weight, they don't specifically wanna weigh a certain amount usually. What they want is that feeling that's attached to that. They wanna fit into those old jeans. They wanna put on that shirt and feel good. Whether they wanna fill up the shirt with their arms, if you're a guy, or if you're a lady and you wanna fit into those old pair of jeans or that old shirt or that old dress. Whatever it is, I'm gonna show you 3 specific reasons and 3 different ways why eating more protein can actually help you lose weight. And if you're wondering how much protein you should eat, then stick around till the end of the video where I actually go through and give you my recommendation and what I recommend my clients do in terms of how much protein they should eat every single day. So if you don't know about me, I lost over 125 pounds and I've kept that off for over 20 years. And so I used to be a big kid. I used to weigh almost 300 pounds. I lost that weight when I was around 19. Now I'm in my 40s now. I've kept that weight off and now I help others do the same. And throughout over 20 years of experience of not only experimenting with myself, but also helping others, I've learned some key things about, certain ways that people lose weight and what works and what doesn't. And surprisingly, it's the same basic stuff done consistently over and over that really works. There is no magic pill. And so what I'm going to talk about today is something that everyone should focus on when they're losing weight, which is eating more protein. And so here are 3 ways that helps you to not only lose weight, but as I said before, feel better and look better. The first reason is that protein keeps you full for a longer period of time. Now, most of you probably know this from experience. You have chicken breast, you have steak, you're usually gonna not be able to eat, plate after plate after plate of protein because you're gonna get full. No one can eat 7 pounds of steak. No one can eat, 7 pounds of chicken breast. If you think about foods like chicken breast, foods like turkey breast, things that are high in protein, things like fish, you get full pretty quickly off that stuff. Compared to something like potato chips, right? You can eat a whole bag of potato chips. You can eat 1,000, 2,000 calories of potato chips, and you're not going to get full because that stuff is made and processed so that you keep wanting and wanting more and more and more. So there's a big difference there. Protein is the most satiating macronutrient of the 3. There's protein, there's fats, and there's carbs. And of those 3, protein is the one that's going to keep you full the longest. So what are the benefits of that, right? You're going to naturally stop eating. And so if you're trying to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. That's just thermodynamics. Anyone who tells you that that's not true doesn't know what they're talking about. So you have to be in a calorie deficit. You have to eat a little less than what energy you're expending throughout your daily activities and so forth. And so you want to be able to find ways to eat less while still feeling full because no one wants to be on a diet and then feeling miserable and feeling hungry all the time, right? That's the worst part of being on a quote unquote diet is that you're feeling miserable, you're feeling restricted, you feel like you can't eat and you're hungry. One way to get over that problem is to focus on eating enough protein so that you're staying full. Now, there's different types of protein. I recommend going usually for more whole foods, unprocessed types of protein. So things like steak, things like fish, things like chicken breast, tuna. If you're vegetarian, tofu and other varieties that aren't as processed. It's a little harder to get unprocessed protein when you're eating vegetarian or vegan, but you got to try to look for those. The reason why I say that whole foods are better options for protein is because, yeah, you can do supplements like protein powders. I'll do whey protein every now and then, but you'll notice that it doesn't keep you as full because it's a processed food. And so it's just a little different. It feels a little different when you have it. And so what I would say is if you're not getting enough protein and you need that shake, then go ahead and get that shake eat that protein bar, whatever it is. But if you can get all of your protein from whole foods, then that's what I definitely recommend because that's going to help keep you full for a longer period of time. Another reason, and reason number 2, why you should eat more protein is because, again, you're trying to stay full longer, but you're also trying to stay in a calorie deficit. And one of the best ways to stay in a calorie deficit is to eat foods that are very nutritious, that are very nutrient dense, but that you're getting more bang for your buck. And what I mean by that is there's something called the thermic effect of food. When you eat 100 calories of protein, it's hard for your body to digest it. I wouldn't say hard, but it takes more work for your body to digest protein than it does carbs or fats. Fats are easily digested. Carbs takes a little bit of work. Protein, your body has to actually break that down, and it takes more work and more energy for your body to break down protein into its components, which are amino acids, okay? And we'll get into that and why that's important in a second. But as your body is breaking down the protein into its, amino acids, your body is using energy to do that. And so if you have 100 grams of protein, depending on the person, typically about 25% of that is going to go toward your body just breaking it down. So your body is actually taking that 100 calories of protein and using about 15, 20, 25 calories, depending on the person and depending on their metabolism, and using that up. And so that's kind of like, it's almost like you didn't even have that. So you're having 100 calories of protein, but you're really netting only about 75 to 80 calories, really. So you're already winning. You're already kind of helping yourself get into that calorie deficit by focusing on protein, because only about 75% of that is actually going to turn into energy that your body's going to use. The rest of it, it's just kind of used up as your body breaks down protein into amino acids. The third and last reason why you want to focus on protein is because protein is the building block for muscle. And as you're losing weight, you want to make sure that you do not lose muscle. A lot of people are losing muscle right now because they're taking drugs like Ozempic, which is semaglutide, all of these weight loss drugs. And what happens is people don't feel hungry on that. And so when you don't feel hungry, you eat less. The problem is protein is the most satiating macronutrient, which is what we mentioned in number one, right? It fills you up really quickly. And so these people that are taking these drugs, they don't want to eat protein because they feel full all the time. And so they're not eating enough protein. And then what happens is they're losing weight, but they're losing a lot of muscle along with fat. And so you want to prevent against that. And so the best way to prevent losing muscle as you're losing weight is to eat more protein, to make sure that your body has the right amount of building blocks. So as you eat more protein, okay, you're going to be in a calorie deficit. And then you're also going to help build muscle, or at least keep the muscle mass that you do have, so that you don't lose much muscle as you lose weight overall. So let's say you lose 10 pounds, maybe about 7 or 8 of that comes from fat versus, 2 to 3 pounds coming from fat, from muscle, versus the other way around. If you're not eating enough protein, if you're not strength training, then all of a sudden you might lose 5 pounds of fat and you might lose 5 pounds of muscle. And then all of a sudden, people get to this point where, they lost weight on the scale, but they don't look better and they don't feel better. Their clothes doesn't fit better because fat takes up more space than muscle. And so what you want is you want more muscle and you want less fat. The way you do that is by emphasizing eating enough protein. And so that's one of the other reasons why eating enough protein is good, is you're going to look better in your clothes. Your shirts are going to fit better. Your pants are going to fit better. A lot of times you don't even see a change in the scale weight because you might have lost some fat but gained some muscle if you're doing some strength training. And so you'll notice that your waist is smaller when you measure your waist. You'll notice that your pants, your jeans, your dress, whatever it is that you're wearing, it fits better, it looks better. There's something about the way that your clothes fits that looks better. Your body feels tighter. That's because you're losing fat, but you're maintaining or building some muscle. And that's what everyone is really after. Another reason why keeping muscle and building muscle is important is because you want to make sure that you have a healthy metabolism. And so as we get older, we lose muscle. We want to make sure that we keep muscle and even build some muscle if we can, to protect that against losing the muscle as we age. And so the higher amount of muscle you have in the beginning, the good foundation that you have, the better you'll be in the long run. And in addition to that, you're keeping your metabolism healthy. And so I did a little bit of math here to kind of show you what it means. So they've done studies to show that, if you gain a pound of muscle, that supposedly it makes your metabolism faster. It speeds up your metabolism. And while that is true, the difference in 1 pound of muscle isn't really that big of a deal. They've done studies to show that it's about 6 or 7 calories at the most that you'll get. So if you gain 1 pound of muscle, all of a sudden your metabolism is burning 6 extra calories for that 1 pound of muscle in a day. So that doesn't seem like a big deal, but I did some math for you here. So think about putting on 10 pounds of muscle, which is a very doable thing, right? So you put on 10 pounds of muscle, 6 calories of extra energy that your metabolism is going at for, each pound of muscle. So 6 times 10, let's say that you're burning 60 extra calories now by doing nothing. That means that you're sitting on the couch, and because you have more muscle mass, you have an extra 10 pounds of muscle, all of a sudden your body is burning up 60 extra calories every single day. Now, 60 calories times a week, 7, that's 420 calories. I'm looking at my screen here because I did some math. Now you take those 420 calories. That's for a week. Now you're burning an extra 420 calories every single week that you're not even having to do anything for. You don't have to work for that, right? That's 2 or 3 glasses of wine, a couple cocktails, a treat, a donut, whatever you want to have, right? And you're not impacting your weight. You see how this starts to make sense? Now think about 420 calories every week times 4 in a month. That's 1,680 calories in a month that your body is burning extra just from adding 10 pounds of muscle. Now, think about it in a year, because people don't gain weight over a week or two. They gain weight over months and years slowly. If you multiplied 1,680 calories that you are burning extra every month times 12 months in a year, you're burning an extra 20,160 calories. Now, we're just doing this math just to provide an example. Let's say you're burning these extra 20,160 calories in a year. If you do the old math, and it's more complicated than this, so it's just not as simple as this, but I'm going to just do it for simplicity's sake, just to prove a point. 20,160 calories that you're burning extra every single year from putting on 10 pounds of muscle. If you divide that by what a pound of fat is, which is 3,500 calories, right? And again, for those people out there that know a lot about this, I know it's more complicated than this. I'm just making it simple for math's sake. If you take that 20,160, you divide it by 3,500 calories, you get 5.76. That's 5.76 pounds of fat that your body is burning through, all right? If you didn't have those 10 pounds of muscle, you might have gained 5 or 6 pounds of fat. And so you start to see how over time, this makes a bigger difference. And so you think, well, I put a pound of muscle on, 6 extra calories a day, not that big of a deal. I'm not interested. But if you start to extrapolate that over a week, over a month, over a year, over 5 years, over 10 years, that's how people end up either going in the right direction with their health or going in the wrong direction with their health. You probably know someone that you've seen that maybe you hadn't seen for 5 or 10 years, and all of a sudden you see them and they're like, whoa, either they look great, like what happened to me when I was fat, almost 300 pounds in high school, and all of a sudden people saw me a couple years later and I look like half the size of me. Or people gained weight, right? A lot of times all your old friends from high school, maybe they gained weight, and you see them 5, 10, 15 years from now, and you're like, wow, like you gained a lot of weight. It didn't happen in a week or two. It happened over months and over years. And so to prevent against that, you want to have a good solid foundation of muscle. And the way that you do that is by focusing on eating enough protein. Now, I told you to wait till the end of the video and I will tell you how much protein I recommend you have. And I'm going to tell you what I recommend my clients. So I help people either build muscle or lose weight. And what I do is what I do myself. I recommend eating 1 gram of protein for every pound of ideal body weight. So I weigh 175 pounds. I eat roughly 175 grams of protein every single day because I'm not trying to lose weight and I'm not trying to gain weight. I'm happy where I'm at right now. I do strength training. I eat healthy. I eat clean foods, and I'm not trying to go up or down. I'm happy with where I'm at. If you are a 200-pound man and you want to lose 25 pounds and you want to get down to 175, then I would focus on eating around 175 grams of protein every single day. Now, you could go above that, and it's just going to keep you fuller. So a lot of times I'll tell people if people are trying to lose weight and they feel really hungry, I say, you know what? Why don't you eat a little bit of extra protein and swap that out for some of the carbs or the fats that you're having, and it'll keep you full longer, okay? So that's a really good strategy too. So that 200-pound person can eat 200 grams of protein every single day. As long as they're looking at their overall calories, that's gonna be okay, and they're just gonna keep full longer, and they're gonna help build muscle. Going above that, it's not gonna hurt you, but it's also not gonna help you much. So it's really just personal preference at that point. Females, same exact thing. If you're 200 pounds and you want to weigh 150 pounds, aim for at least 150 grams of protein every single day. So you want to look at your ideal body weight. The reason why we say ideal body weight is because you can be like me 20 years ago where you're weighing 300 pounds and you want to weigh 200 pounds. You're not going to eat 300 grams of protein every day. So that's why you want to look at your ideal body weight. In this case, if I'm 300 pounds and I want to go down to 200, I'm going to focus on eating 200 grams of protein every single day. That's going to do enough to not only maximize my muscle protein synthesis, my body's ability to build muscle and maintain muscle, but it's also going to maintain that muscle even when I'm in a calorie deficit while I'm losing weight. If you found this video helpful, please share it with a friend, share it with anybody. In the description below, I've got a lot of different links. I send out a Saturday morning newsletter. It's really focused on my perspective on mindset, health, and lifestyle after I went through my whole 125-pound weight loss. I look at life completely differently. And so I share a lot of my insights and thoughts about health. It could be building muscle, it could be losing weight, it could be a lot of mindset stuff and a lot of lifestyle stuff. I share my insights every Saturday morning. It's absolutely free. Just go to mindset.eddieroselle.com or the link is in the description below. And then I've also got some ways that you could work with me, both free and paid. I've got a free Facebook group you can join. There's some more exciting stuff that I'm going to be doing with courses and so forth coming soon. So stay tuned. And if you like this video, again, like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend. See you next time. Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how eating more protein can actually help you lose weight. And not only lose weight, but look better, feel better, and get all of those things that people want when they say they want to lose weight. When people say they want to lose weight, they don't specifically want to weigh a certain amount usually. What they want is that feeling that's attached to that. They want to fit into those old jeans. They want to put on that shirt and feel good. Whether they want to fill up the shirt with their arms, if you're a guy, or if you're a lady and you want to fit into those old pair of jeans or that old shirt or that old dress. Whatever it is, I'm going to show you 3 specific reasons and 3 different ways why eating more protein can actually help you lose weight.